is it also because that, you know, the medium scale businesses is something which really got a major encouragement in Tamil Nadu? Instead of just focusing on large scale, like you were explaining, perhaps the same point, it says that it's been driven by medium scale businesses with huge turnovers. Do you think that is a prudent, smart way of upscaling the growth, as it were, Dharanidharan?
If I understand your question, you mean to say promoting MSMEs has it reduced the growth?
No,
Is that what
it
you're trying to?
says that the transformation has been driven by medium scale businesses.
Yes, exactly.
So,
So
isn't
you
that
mean
that's a smart way to do things? As an economist, would you concur?
yes? Even if you look at developed economies such as Germany, right? The backbone of Germany's growth is the small, medium scale enterprise. 90% of their economic output comes from MSMEs, rather than focusing on one or two big conglomerate like we have seen in Maharashtra and Gujarat. So I think most economists agree with the simple fact that MSMEs and startups are vital for growth of a region as an employment provider. And which the reason why India is having a very high unemployment rate right now is also because of the MSME sectors not doing well, because the MSMEs were worst affected thanks to demonetization as well as GST, because they had trouble in adopting GST.
All right.
I think this is a very pertinent point. And again, I'll tell you one thing. In
Huh.
Tamil Nadu, we democratized education, so people of all caste groups could get education. And education is the backbone, even if you have to become an entrepreneur, right? I can bring IT jobs, but when people do not have education, how will they go find jobs in IT sector, right? So here, because thanks to affirmative action, and making education accessible even to rural areas by schemes such as free cycle and so on and so forth, people of all caste groups have gotten education relatively much better than Indian states, which is why 25% of the Dalit entrepreneurs are based out of Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu also boasts of the highest number of OBC entrepreneurs in the country, highest number. So what this has done is, if you look, even the castes in Tamil Nadu are spread across region. Kongu belt is dominated by one caste, south of Tamil Nadu may be dominated by two castes. So only when the caste groups will dominate and people in rural areas also have education, only then you can have industries growing there, right? First is democratizing education, then the finance will come. So I think this also has played a role. The 100 years of the movement, Justice Party, then come to Dravida Kalagam and DMK, and of course the split away faction AIDMK.
All right.
So I think this has played a major role. And also Tamil Nadu, both the parties have always encouraged industrial growth. For example, under Kalani's regime, we got Sipcot open, and in 2000s, in 1996,
Right.
Tamil Nadu was the first state in India to have an IT policy coming up. So this also has helped the state
All right.
as in emerging as the industrial leader.
Wonderful. Dharanidharan, 2 points here. One is that, you know, every state, and India as a nation state, as it were, focuses a lot on agricultural growth because of our history. We all know this. In every budget, we see what kind of, you know, incentives are offered to the farming sector and also to the agrarian community, as it were. Would you concur, would you concede that in Tamil Nadu, somehow the government moved away from just agricultural growth and tried to do other things? For instance, creating clusters. I have been asked this question many times living in the north as a Tamil. How come in Sivakasi we make safety matches, we make firecrackers, and also it's very famous for printing? How come in Tirupur when we go, it's only about textiles and hosiery? Do you think this move was a smart move, you know, in your thing about moving agricultural farmhands to work in industries?
See, if you look even in the south of Tamil Nadu, Sivagasi, Virudhunagar, or in the Kongu belt. So let me focus on Kongu belt, Tirupur, for example. The people who have become industry owners are actually people from the farming community. All
Right.
the entrepreneurs, from the top 10 entrepreneurs in Coimbatore, Tirupur, Erode region, or even the 1,000 odd small textile manufacturers there, and 100 odd small construction companies there. They're all farmers who have turned into businessmen in the last 2-3 generations. And I think if someone want to move to a more productive value chain to make more money, I don't think that we can blame it on anyone. I think even if you look at the history of the world, even in the developed of countries, They all started with started in agriculture, and then they moved towards handloom, and then when powerloom came powerloom, and then to more sophisticated industries. This has been the trend across the world. If we read the history of industrial growth, we can't blame people for it. And again, after the green revolution, the agriculture productivity of the country also has drastically increased, which is why we don't have any famine or food scarcity anymore like we had in the 60s or 70s, thanks to the green revolution. When people after getting empowered want to move to high productive industries, as a government we can't blame them. But having said
No,
that,
no, no, I'm
we have
not
not
blaming.
ignored the agriculture sector.
Yeah,
Tamil
yeah.
Nadu was the first state in India.
Yes, I'm not blaming. I just said it's
No, yeah, but I'm trying to
diversification.
say Tamil Nadu was the first state. No. Tamil Nadu was the first state to introduce free electricity for farmers, which is
Yes.
till date continuing. And right now, after 21, there is also a separate budget for agricultural growth. Sorry, for agriculture, focus on agricultural growth. No, I don't think anywhere we have ignored agriculture.